Hi, glad you're still watching. I had a scenario. Let me share with you. While I was young, I used to do so many things. I used to work on the farm with my jaja, with my grandmom, and my cousins and my brothers. While I was young, I used to lay bricks. Given the condition or the situations that I was in, I needed money. And I could lay bricks, burn them, and sell. While I was young, I could plant vegetables. Different kinds of vegetables, cabbages, tomatoes, green pepper, so many different eggplants, so many different kinds of vegetables. And I did that because I needed money. I needed money for pocket money. I needed money to sustain my studies. I grew sugarcane. And I survived. And I benefited from those. Now, I studied up to the level that I am, up to the level that I reached, and I got employed. While I was young, I read, I'm sorry to say this, for the Muslim friends who are watching this, and the other religions that don't deal with pigs, but I'm sharing this, just kindly pick the message. I reared pigs while I was young, at my tender age, as a boy, and it did so well. I sold them, I got money out of it. While I was young, I did pottering. I went and worked on building construction sites as helpers to the mansion. And I earned money on a daily basis. That was whenever I was free. During the holidays, I could do that freely. And I earned money out of that. While I was young, I owned in the businesses that I started a small scale business whereby I used to put bread, sponge, all loaves of bread at home at my grandmother's place. I used to put paraffin in the village and sell them and sell when I'm around. When I'm not around, my grandmother would help me after the garden work. I put sugar, I put soap. Why am I bringing you this story? Now, some of you are exactly, or you did exactly, or you were exactly as I did when I was young. You did those things while you were young. Now you studied, you qualified, you have a profession, or even you didn't have you didn't study, you don't have a profession, but you did some of those things while you were in the village, and it earned you money. You cultivated land, and it earned you money. Now you left the village area and you went to the city. And because you're in the city, your status has changed. Even your village name has changed. You who has gotten a degree, who has gotten a master degree, you can no longer touch a hoe, even though you are an agricultural officer, even though you are qualified, you have PhD in animal husbandry. You're there, you're lecturing, you're employed in, you are employed in organizations, some big organizations. You are a consultant for an organization, a consultant for a nation, international consultant. They consult you on issues that you used to do before. This is my message to you. Some of you who have qualified, you can no longer do, you are there, you don't even have a single coin in your pocket right now as I talk, but you have a master degree, you have a PhD. You are a professional, and you can no longer do, you struggled from your childhood. You worked to make ends meet, and you struggled. God helped you. You reached a level, a professional level where you are in, and you are unemployed and poor like a church mouse. I'm not bragging. Please, my tone may sound crazy, but accept my word. Just take the message in it. What am I trying to say? Put your education aside. Think of those things that you used to do previously, that used to make for you money. The things that used to make you survive. Or you were in a neighborhood and you used to see some neighbors struggle with life, and you used to see them do something, and now when you look at them, they are financially okay. Put aside your bachelor's degree, put aside your certificate, put aside your PhD, put aside your whatever respect, your value you've put to yourself. Go down and start up something from many of those things that you used to do to survive. Become a job creator and not a job seeker. Stop waiting for a job to come. Let that job come when there is something that you have created that is making you eat, that is making you to survive. Why have I brought this topic? I used to lay bricks when I was young. Time came, even now, when I'm a professional. One time I went and laid bricks. The villagers in the community were surprised, telling me that, Mr. Nurse, why are you doing that? Even you can do that thing. Why can't you give us the job to do? Moreover, I was doing that thing from a place that a friend that I hired and put my soil and started laying the bricks. I reared pigs when I was young. Just 2 years ago, I started rearing pigs again. And in just 2 years' time, I raised over 200 pigs, whereby I was selling one at 1.2 million shillings, Ugandan shillings, or the least selling at 500. Why? I did it before. Right now, if I go and plant crops, I plant my crops that strive, and it is quite different from any other crop, from any other similar crop of the neighbors. And they ask me, Mister, have you put fertilizer on your crop, in your garden? Are you using manure? What are you using? Because I'm using the previous skills I've learned. Use the skills you know before to make use to survive